can feel this vast, almost frenzied power lurking deep inside me. Fortunately, Albedo's alchemy is flawless, and this abyssal power within my form is kept in check. It's as though everything is in equilibrium, preventing the possibility of overflow or corruption. As such, there's no need to fear that I might lose control or hurt anyone. One of the effects of the abyss is that it can increase the power of living things. My current form serves as ample proof of this phenomenon. Though I can't fully control its power, my unique constitution seems to give me the potential to use the abyss in service of good. Controlling it is hard and requires immense concentration. Otherwise, any missteps I take could hurt those I hold dear. To avoid this, I must continue to learn and practice. I believe this vision serves as recognition of my efforts. Ever since taking up my mother's pen, I've diligently committed each day's stories to paper. Klee taught me how to fish, which ended with us locked in solitary confinement. Albedo had me help him boil water, which almost ended in the kettle turning to ash. A little boy outside the city gate showed me how to feed the pigeons, and one of them decided to perch on my horns. I'll continue to fill the pages of my book, and maybe, when I'm turning the pages one day, I'll hear a familiar voice quietly narrating, "This is a wonderful story indeed." Aunt Alice asked me to spend more time with Clee. She said she'd reward me by giving me anything I wanted. But only children want rewards, and I'm clearly all grown up. I like playing with Clee because I'm happy when we spend time together. It's as simple as that. When I told Aunt Alice that, though, she was overjoyed and said she'd pick out a giant toy just for me. Albedo has shared so many of his experiences with me regarding becoming truly human. He's explained many of the problems that humans face, things like work, ideals, life. Some of these things were too difficult for me to understand. Some are too difficult for me even to imagine. Albedo says I can slowly learn about these problems as I experience them before making my own choices. Family is the only thing that a human can't choose. I know my family is complicated and highly unusual, but with Albedo as my brother, I'm filled with a sense of peace and belonging. In that sense, my family is no different from most. Albedo is the perfect human. He knows so much and is always able to handle everything he faces. He's sincere and friendly to those around him, but sometimes I feel like there's another side to him, one no one would expect. Like how he takes decisive measures to achieve his aims. I don't know where this uncanny intuition comes from. Perhaps it's a sort of resonance between beings who share a species. Shortly after leaving Simulanka, I followed Hat Guy to Sumeru. The academia was so big and so beautiful, and there were so many books. It's only now that I'm learning to read and write that I suddenly understand how stressful it must be studying there. Not that there weren't times when people had time off and came to Hat Guy to play cards, chat, or even share delicious food. Like the one with the large ears, or the one with the hat that had even larger ears, or the one who looked like a small wolfhound. I've asked Hat Guy if they're his friends. He always complains about how noisy they are, but he's never denied their friendship. We share some similarities, he and I. He always seems to know what I'm thinking, and then guides me as someone who's already seen it all. Whenever I tell people, don't get too close, I really want them to resolutely refuse. That's what Hat Guy does. So even when he says he wants to be alone, even if he deliberately tries to discourage me, I always stick by his side. When I was in Sumeru, I took the time to visit Fairy Nilu. Sorry, force of habit. I should call her Miss Nilu in this world. I watched her dancing at the Grand Bazaar, and she was as beautiful as a fairy. If I get the chance, I'd like to thank the King of Constellation Metropole. I mean to say, Miss Navia. I wonder if she'll be shocked to see what I look like now. You don't think she'll mind? Huh, that's great news! If all the kitties in the cat's tail were like Kirara, I don't think they'd get so nervous when they see me. The young bard gently plucked his strings. a voice as clear as a mountain stream. It was no battle hymn nor prayer, but the murmuring of stars, the wind blowing through the trees. The dragon's eyelids faintly twitched, flames gently crackling in its throat. One night when I couldn't sleep, I took a stroll in the wilds. I met Lord Barbatos doing likewise. He sang this song for me, and I liked it so much, I made sure to learn it. After Miss Lisa sets homework for me, she makes me sit at my desk to complete it. And one time, when I was exhausted, I stood my book up on my desk so it blocked her view and tried to nap in secret. And when I woke up, she was standing there, smiling. It scared me stiff, but before I could finish apologizing, she praised me for learning the most valuable lesson. I think she was talking about my willingness to acknowledge my mistakes. Oh, so you don't think that's what she meant? Albedo once told me he treats Klee like a little sister. Klee likes to call me Big Brother Durin, too. I guess I am technically her big brother, though I haven't been human for very long. If we're talking about human age, is she really my little sister? I can't help but wonder. Back in Simulanka, I felt like she was different from the others. Is she the same as me? Did she come out of a book too? In fairy tales, anyone who can mix potions that befuddle the heart and mind and command the obedience of cats is almost certainly a powerful witch. Grandmaster Varka is different from most of Mondstadt's knights. He's powerful, but not imposing. He leaves people feeling calm and safe. He's the sort of knight who can crack a joke while fighting off the wild hunt, although most of his jokes go way over my horns. You want to know about ones I did understand? Well, I didn't hear them clearly either, probably because he often slurs his words after drinking. I've heard it's polite to look people in the eye when talking to them, but I've also heard it's rude to stare. I thought to try blinking often while talking or to keep one eye closed at a time, but everyone kept telling me to see Miss Barbara and have my eyes checked. It seems rules for socializing in this world really are some of the hardest to follow. For a while, I could hear this strange voice inside my heart that made me question whether I was truly me. There's dragon blood flowing through my veins. Will humans fear me because of it? One time, I dreamed that all the toy figures in Constellation Metropole were throwing stones at me. When I woke up, I was surrounded by a shower of confetti. My friends in Mondstadt had decided to throw me a surprise birthday party. That was when I realized the strange voice in my heart wasn't draconic influence, but my own insecurity and self-doubt. I'll never forget it. The light from the candles on my cake illuminating my smiling friends. That was the moment I emerged from the fog of uncertainty.